It is day 15, May 17th, 2020, and this is day 15 of Flippin Live. I'm Andrew from 510 Books. I appreciate everybody that shows up each morning. Again, this is our 15th day going live, so that's awesome. It's Sunday morning. And today I wanted to talk about how to make more money at thrift stores. Excuse me. But also, wow, need to drink some water. Also, I want to talk about how my Facebook ad is going for book donations and also about what's going on with eBay sales this weekend. So let's get started.
Flippin' live, flippin' live, flippin' live, flippin' live, flippin' live. We're gonna strive, we're here to learn and gonna earn. Flippin' live, flippin' live, flippin' live, flippin' live.
Awesome, guys. Good morning. I see that we had a few people already comment. Ryan said good morning. Tax Shack, Tom Curry, good morning. Tax Shack already made a comment. Anyway, we'll get to that in a second. Good morning, guys. Glad you guys are here this beautiful Sunday morning here in Southern California, wherever you are. Well, let me see. Tax Shack, welcome. He says, find a book. Books a pain. I listed 40 books last night in an hour. Just found the book and sold similar. I just found the book and sold similar. Not sure what that means, but let me know. Yeah, so let me turn that off. So what's, by the way, you notice there's not a watermark here? I finally purchased the eCam software, was doing the trial, and it's awesome. So bought it, and now don't have the watermark. So like I said, today I wanted to talk about how to make more money at thrift stores. But before that, I wanted to ask you guys, those that are here so far, has your eBay sales slowed down this weekend? Because I've noticed since Friday and yesterday, I don't think I made one sale yesterday on eBay. And that's very unusual for me in the past 3 weeks where I've had sales pretty consistently over the weekend. And I was talking to my wife about it, and I wonder if it has to do with a lot of college and high school graduations starting this weekend. And maybe people are doing that, even though we still have social distancing and people are still largely at home. I know it's different from state to state, city to city, but a lot of people are graduating virtually or just staying at home for their graduation. But I know that this weekend here locally, there's a bunch of colleges and they would be having their graduation. But I'm wondering if that has something to do with it or if there's something else going on that I'm not aware of. Or it could just be that my sales have slowed down to nothing on eBay. I thought I had a sale when I thought I woke up to a sale, but it turns out someone wanted to refund because they made a mistake. It was an accident. I don't understand how you accidentally order something on eBay unless you just have your computer open exactly to that page. The mouse hovered over the purchase, click to buy or whatever. And then your kid comes in and just happens to click on it. I don't really understand how you as an adult human can do that. But at any rate, I'm not sure. Yeah, eBay sales dropped, Brian said. Yeah. Did you notice that just like since Friday, or was it the whole week? Because for me, during the week was fine, but suddenly on Friday, I had a sale. Let's see, my last sale here. Yeah, what is today? The 17th, right? So actually, oh no, that was my only sale. Yesterday I did have a sale of a DVD, and that was it. So anyway, I don't know if it's just me or if there's some sort of trend, which is fine. It happens, it's not that big of a deal. It'll pick up at some point. But it was just kind of a surprise because my eBay sales have been pretty consistent for individual items. Although I am getting a lot of bids on my auctions. I have like 35 or so auctions up right now for DVDs and CDs, and those are doing well. Those are getting a lot of activity. So it doesn't mean that people have completely checked out. Although with auctions, there's a only 7 days, certain time frame, so people tend to get on top of that type of thing. Whereas buy it now, they can buy it whenever. So anyway, just wondering what your guys' experience with that was. Tax Shack. Tom said, "Yeah, algorithm conspiracy." Um, he says so. Basically, I scanned the barcode on the book. Okay, went to sold listings, then sold similar. Oh, and listed. I was able to list a book. And you're talking about Amazon? I don't understand. I scanned the barcode on the book and went to sold listing. So that would be eBay. Then sold similar and listed. Okay. Okay. Sounds good. You're talking about eBay though, right? Still a little confused. No sales since Thursday on eBay, although mostly Amazon still anyway. Oh, okay. Yeah. Oh, eBay. Right, right. Oh, list a book a minute this way. Now, are you taking photographs of the books or are you using the stock photograph? I always take photographs, but I've never, yeah, I haven't ever done the stock photographs. I'm not sure. Anyway, so yeah, I don't know. That was just I wanted to mention the eBay thing because I listed some stuff on Friday. They are lots of DVDs, not auctions though. Buy it now, because I finished going through all my DVDs that I have in the warehouse, and I still okay. So I took photographs of some. Like I have five copies, I guess you would say, of the Lord of the Rings trilogy. They're the individual DVDs. I mean, they each have two DVDs discs in them, so 6 discs. But put them all together as a lot on eBay as a buy it now price with the option to make an offer plus shipping. And I have five of those, so I listed those, put 5 copies. I also have, what else did I have? I listed some other ones that were lots, DVD lots as buy it now. Oh, that's right. I did Harry Potter. I had um, 7 of the 8 movies, and I had listed another one that was 6 of the 8 movies with buy it now with off taking offers. So I did those kind of things on Friday. I didn't list individual stuff. I have a pile over here of individual stuff I'll get to at some point. Um, but yeah, I'm assuming that there's just some slowdown in general on eBay, which is fine. It happens. But the thing is about reselling is, when stuff like that happens, you have to, I recommend just continue to list, continue to source. It will pass. And then suddenly you'll get a bunch of sales in a day, or this next week there'll be a bunch. If it goes on like this for the whole next week into the next weekend, then that would be probably a problem. You want to look at your individual account and see what's going on with that. But it usually doesn't last too long, that type of thing. Uh, I have 40 VCR. Ship those safely. Let's see. Brian says, I have 40 VCR DVD combos. What's a VCR DVD combo? So VCR DVD. So you're individual VCRs packaged with a DVD, because that's a lot. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not sure. Wow. Is that what you mean? Clarify for me. You mean individual VCRs, 40 individual VCRs that you're going to plan on shipping into Amazon? Let me know if that's what you mean. Stock photo on new books, but with the app, I find it simple to take quick snaps, although the descriptions are not great. I see. So you're listing with your cell phone. I'm just taking yeah. I mean, to each their own. I prefer Um, oh, sorry. Okay, okay. Oh, the 40 Vs. Okay. Let me get back to that quick. Okay, so now I understand. Oh, you mean the combo as in okay. Well, safely. I mean, this is one of the reasons why I stopped doing electronics is because I would send some in. I would do either merch. I've done merchant fulfilled. I've also done FBA before with that. What I've would probably recommend is a box within a box. So uh, maybe one big box and then put. See, that's the thing. Like, I don't know how many you could fit in, but taking just one, you put it in its own individual box that has the the FBA sticker on there, and so that would be wrapped up nicely, sealed, padded in the box, and then you would put on the outside the seal or the sticker that they would scan once they got to Amazon warehouse. That would be inside of a box that you would send, and then in that box it would be nicely packaged, so that when they got it, they'd open up the big box and then they'd go through to pick out the other box and see the sticker on the top, and that's what they would scan and that's what they would store. That would be my recommendation. 40 of them, wow, that's a lot. I don't know. Are they this? I'm assuming they're different brands, different SKUs. So you'd have to do that for each one, I would assume, unless you can fit multiple ones in a box. But that's going to be a pretty gigantic box. So are any of them worth selling merchant fulfilled? Because you might want to consider doing that for some of them as well. So anyway, what Tom was saying in regards to listing new books or listing books on eBay uh, through his app. I mean, Tom, I don't really do that. I prefer to do it on my computer, but whatever's best for you. Sourcing seems to be a big issue for me right now, but sales are generally slow. Sales have been good for me for eBay, but just this weekend, for some reason, it slowed down. Yeah. So for me, when I list on eBay, let's say they're individual items, whatever type of media it is. Like I have all of these over here. I have all of these CDs that I have ready for listing to list, and I just take photos in the warehouse of them individually. Well, first of all, when I find them, I price them out and I put a price sticker on them, and then I take pictures of them, and then I bring them home, upload the photos to my computer, and then I'll just batch list where I'll sit down and I'll do as many as I can or try to finish all of them, um, and and then have them go live. And I always use my own photos. I rarely come across anything new anyway, but even if it was new, I would still use my own photos. Um, and I have templates. So actually, what I do is I go into my active listings and I find a CD listing for Elton John, let's say a CD listing, and then I'll just uh, sell similar option, and I'll just dump in all this information. So instead of it saying whatever it says for the other CD, I'll add Elton John here and there. Live at Madison Square Garden. What is this one? 1995, disc one, etc. And I'll just plop that in and put in the photos and put the different price, and then have it go live. So so that way I don't spend time creating a whole new. I'm creating a whole new listing, but I'm utilizing the template that's already there for a CD that's up for sale currently, so I don't have to waste time. So my description's already filled out, my condition notes already filled out. All I have to do is just pop in the new information. So it's basically the title is different, the photos are different, and in the description or in the description box is different where it talks about what this item is. So I just change that information. If there's anything else, like anything different about the condition, then I will change that as well. And then of course the price. So it's mostly just those few things, four things that I change. So it usually doesn't take more than a few minutes, depending on what it is. Some are quicker than others. But that's why if I have a bunch of CDs, I will take, if I have, 10, 20, 50 CDs, I'll take photos of all of those together. and then I will just bring the CDs, and then I'll just list the CDs so that I continue to use the same template. And then once I'm through that, then if I have a bunch of audiobooks, I'll have a similar template for audiobooks, and I'll just change the information. And then I have, like, for instance, I have a ton of I mean, a good amount of DVDs in the warehouse, individual ones. And then I have lots that I'm going to list on as buy it now. And so I'll photograph all those together. I'll do the lots first. So I'll have a template. And then the next will be the individual DVDs. And then I'll find a template for that. And I'll just pop in the information. So that way it's quicker for me. Okay, different ones. Yeah. So Brian says he got 40 different. Those are going to be worth good money. DVD, VCR, or VCR DVD combos, which are great. Those tend to go for some good money. Yeah, I wouldn't send in the box that's actually going to be stored at the warehouse as it just on its own. I would definitely put that inside of another box, which is going to require a little more work, but definitely do that just to protect it and make sure that try to make sure that nothing, it doesn't get damaged en route or anything like that, because you do definitely have to be careful with electronics and try to package it as best you can and surround it with a lot of cushion and buffer and packaging material so that it doesn't get damaged, because I have had that happen for FBA orders, and I don't know if it gets damaged or if it got damaged on the way to FBA, on the way to the warehouse, or when it was shipped to the customer. Because I've sold some merchant fulfilled, and I thought I packed it really well, and then they end up getting it and they claim it doesn't work or it's damaged or whatever. And the same thing has happened for eBay. So yeah, just be as careful as you can with that. I have sold some through eBay. I mean through FBA, and that's worked well when the item has not gotten damaged. That's for sure. So yeah. So I want to talk also about my Facebook ad. Tom might not know this, but some of you other guys might or do, where I've been running a Facebook ad for book donations. And remember, I spoke about compounding your efforts and being patient with this type of thing. And I got one book donation this past Monday. That was my only one in the first week. However, I got contacted almost a dozen times. And this weekend, yesterday, I was contacted by somebody, and they said, "Hey, when are you open? I want to drop off some boxes." And then I met them at the warehouse yesterday afternoon, early afternoon, and they had four banker boxes of books to donate. And that was great. And so I opened up my roll up door, so they could see the warehouse and everything. And then the wife saw, it was a husband and wife, I think a retired couple, and they saw that I had all this other stuff, and she said, "Oh, you sell all kinds of stuff." And she says, "Oh, do you accept CDs or other types of media?" And I was like, "Yeah, sure." And she was like, and the husband said, "Oh, we've got a whole," and he pointed to a long table. He's like, "We got a whole table of CDs." They were like, "Oh, geez." And so you could see it in their mind. They were like, "Oh, wow, we could dump that on him too." And they were like, "Oh, we have all these old records." And the guy's like, "I mean, we got old stuff like Beatles, that stuff worth money?" And I'm like, "Yeah, it can be." So we'll see what happens with that if they contact me again for some other items. But that was great. And then someone else who had contacted me a few days before um, contacted me again saying, "Oh, I put 3 boxes on my porch of books." Uh, and I said, "Sure, I'll come by within the hour." And then I went and picked them up and had a chance to talk to her. She was clearing out her garage, and so got some books from her as well. And I'll share with you some of them. I went through all of those books, and I'll show you what I got. Some of those that I got, and there's a few that I can sell on FBA, just a few, but no, 2, and there's one that I can sell individually on eBay, and the rest of them, I'll show you some of what I got. They're not exactly good individually, but anyway, you never know. So that was good. Oh, uh, yeah, I actually have. Yeah, that's going to be nice if we'll see. Like I said, see, this is just opening the door, right? This is opening the door. This is something that takes time. You have to invest money and also time and patience and effort and be consistent about it. That's why I'm going to do it for a month and see what happens after a month, where I am. I'm just doing $5 a day, by the way, just $5 a day. So that translates to roughly about $150 over 4 weeks, over a month in general, because right, a month's 28, 31 days. So I'm doing 4 weeks exactly, which is 28 days, which will be around $150 or so. And so far I've got, yesterday I got 7 boxes donated of books, and then the last Monday I got 3, so that's 10 so far boxes, which is roughly, I'm guesstimating here because there's some kids books and there's some smaller books and some bigger books, let's say about 40 books per box, so you're talking about 400 books roughly, probably more, but let's say around 400 within 8 days. And then the potential of them donating some other stuff too, some other media. That's the thing. It opens the door for other media, especially when people drop off. And what I might start doing is mentioning to people as I pick them up to say, oh, by the way, just to let you know, if you have other types of media like CDs or records or DVDs, etc., video games, that we also accept those. And if you're looking to clear out space and get rid of that type of stuff, you can always let me know. I'd be more than happy to take it off your hands. So I'm probably going to start doing that as well. Yeah, I have a public Facebook page that is for my local warehouse sale, monthly warehouse sale that I do. So that's this page that I use, and I'm building up that following so that over time, hopefully I'll get to many followers so that when I have something to sell or have a sale, that they'll show up. So Tom asked, can you talk me through the best way to list a book on eBay? The best way. Well, first of all, I recommend using your computer versus using your phone. However, everyone to each their own. I don't know if you can select a template within the phone app, but something you can do is select an already current listed item and just duplicate it or sell similar or whatever. But I don't recommend the phone just because it's annoying for me to type like that when I can get on my computer or my laptop and I can do it much faster. But that's my first recommendation. But like I said, to each their own. If you're comfortable on the phone, then you could use the phone. But with that being said, I would recommend having a template. So you can create pre-created templates for, let's say, new book, used book. And then when you get a new book, you just open that template. And all you have to add, like I said, is the title. Change the title, add the photos if you're gonna use your own photos. Change the condition note would be the same if it's new, and then change the title, the photos, and the description box. I always put in the description box what I'm selling. So this 1995 CD by Elton John, or 99 CD Here and Now by Elton John is up for sale, something like that. And then I'll have my description in the box, my conditions in the box, and I'll say something like, please take a look at the photos. Thank you. Or, please take a look at the photos for a closer look, whatever you write in there. And then change the price. So 4 things really. Shipping should be the same, right? Unless the item depends. I do free shipping. So for most items, for most individual items, if you're not doing free shipping, then you would have to adjust it for to reflect whatever the item weighs. Now, books are different sizes, so that's probably going to change. CDs are normally the same weight. But anyway, so those are the 4 things, and then just hit publish. If it's a used book, it's the same thing, except you might have to change the condition notes a little bit because a book might be in a different condition. One might have a dust jacket, one might not, etc. Whatever it is, one might have some highlighting, that type of stuff. But you can have general descriptions, and then everything else is the same. I mean, that's my recommendation. It's not like Amazon where you can just hop on a listing and all you have to do is your price and the condition note, and that's it, right? And you have to have a SKU, but you can have that ahead of time, which is much quicker. You just scan it. If you have a listing app, it pops in there, add your, what do you call it? Whatever price you're listing it, and then a condition note. But with a lot of listing software, you can have a pre-filled out condition note and the SKU pre-filled out. And so it can be really quick, right? With eBay, it can be quick, but not as quick as Amazon. But you can still do it. I mean, that would be my recommendation anyway. Hello, Indie Discs is here. Good morning. Glad you joined us. Feel free to participate in the chat. We're just talking about a variety of things, but I was talking about my Facebook ads, how that's going, but also about setting up how to list on eBay more efficiently. I'm sure. So another thing that I've noticed, oh, I guess that's a different topic, but I guess bigger sellers can, because I know AccelerList now has a function to list on eBay and Amazon at the same time, and then it'll track the item when it sells. So if it sells on eBay, it'll take it off of Amazon, and vice versa. If it sells on Amazon, it'll take it off eBay. But that's a whole nother conversation. I haven't used that option yet. Yeah, no problem. Yeah, good afternoon. Well, it's the morning here. It depends on where you are, I guess. If you're in the States, even if you're on the East Coast, it's still going to be 10:30. So still going to be morning time. But you never know. Oh. Wait, what? How do I do that? Okay. What was I talking about? So, wait, did you? Oh, okay. Thank you very much, Tom. I'm blanking now. Right. Okay. So I was talking about getting some boxes donated from this one lady. I picked up stuff on her porch. So let me just share with you. So when you get book donations, you're going to get all kinds. And at this point, I'm just accepting everything. People ask me, what do you accept? And, I just say, well, at this time, we're taking all different types of books. In the future, if I start getting inundated with books, it depends on what I get. I haven't really gotten anything too terrible. I haven't gotten a bunch of old encyclopedia sets or, really old textbooks or stuff like that. But here's some random stuff that I got, like, healthy houseplants. That one is not worth any money. Again, I do sell my local sale, so some of this stuff might go up for sale there. I might put it on my shelves, but these I'm probably not going to do. The Expert's Book of Garden Hints. It's not going to be a top seller. But those are two similar topics, but I probably wouldn't even bother putting a lot together. The sugar solution, that's not worth any money. I already looked up all of these before the stream. This one I'm sure you've seen a lot. 1,000 Places to See Before You Die. There's Gardening, The New Gardener. 10,000 Dreams. Interpreted. An illustrated guide to unlocking the secrets of your dream life. That is not something that's worth money individually. And here's another gardening one. 1001 Hints and Tips for Your Garden. Again, I don't know. I'll have to look on eBay, but those might not be even worth putting together as a lot. But the gardening ones, but I'll have to see and see if I get any other gardening ones. In the donations. So the other one was Dreams, right? So 10,000 Dreams, and this one is The New Secret Language of Dreams. This one had potential when I looked at it, just by the way it looks. It's a nice book, nice artwork, newer. It's got some cool looking drawings in there, but it wasn't worth money on Amazon individually. However, those are 2 dream books. So if I find another couple dream books, I could probably put them together as a lot. I don't know about these 2 going together. I'll have to look it up. But that's what you can kind of, here's another gardening one. Gardening secrets. So I might get enough to put gardening lot together. But if you get enough on the same topic, even though the books individually aren't worth selling, if you can get a bunch together, and it could be 5, it could be 3, it could be 10, it could be 20, right? You might be able to sell those as a lot on eBay. Probably do buy it now and just wait it out. But most of these books, there's a few in here. I mean, the dream ones that I might put up locally. We'll see. Tarot cards and dream books go well together and sell well. Yeah, for sure. I don't know what this is. Red Sky in the Morning. I think it's nonfiction. Yeah. There's this one, the Encyclopedia of Window Fashions. So that's more of like interior design. But you know what? Like, it's about, look, drapery. I mean, this is so niche that if you got 5 books together about window dressings, drapery, curtains, that type of thing, I mean, you could probably do a nice little lot, but I don't know if I'm going to come across enough of those. This one has a collection of some fiction as well as some nonfiction, some popular titles. So let me show you a few. See, like there's 2 of this guy, Alexander McCall Smith, 2 of those. Unfortunately, there's not a bunch of them, so I can't put them together as a lot. The Piano Teacher, of course, is a popular title. Of course, the Da Vinci Code. So some of this stuff is not going to be worth it. This one, Helen of Troy, you could sell on Amazon for about 3 and change profit. However, there's just so many merchant fulfilled copies, and this copy's a little rough. It's got a tear, and it's got a tear there. I could tape them up. And this one, of course, you've probably seen a lot of. So the thing that stood out to me, though, is there's Danielle Steele, hardcover. And then there's another Danielle Steele hardcover. So those 3. And then there's another Danielle Steele hardcover. So those stood out to me. And I have another box that's still in the car that I went through that had another 2, if not 3, hardcover Danielle Steele books. So these are newer and in better shape. This one's older and in rougher shape. But because they're all hardcovers and Danielle Steele, I might be able to put those together as a lot and do that on eBay. I'll have to do some research about it and see, what kind of money I could get for it and how often those are really selling. But that could be an option. Oh, and then this one, these are Start Late, Finish Rich for One More Day. I mean, those are well-known, popular titles that aren't going to be worth any money individually. But some of that stuff I might be able to sell locally. Now, whoops. Do Rockstar bio books sell? Indie Docs asks. Have 2 Slash and Steven Alder of Guns N' Roses. Condition not great, though. Do you mean on eBay? You can put them together on eBay together as a lot. That might do better if they're not worth money individually. Yeah, for sure. It depends on what it is, though, because a lot of those will sell a ton of copies, and so individually it might not be worth it. But as a lot on eBay, yeah, you could probably put a bunch together and do well. Let me see. Let's check it out. Hold on. Let's do a little live research. This is always fun. Okay. Rockstar bio. Oh, well. Rockstar book lot. I don't know if that would be. Oh, that's different. Okay. I'm looking this, seeing if I can find anything. No. Because what I'm trying to do is look up, I looked up Rockstar book lot, but this is not showing Rockstars, showing other stuff. I'm trying to think. These are not Rockstar type stuff. John Lennon, yeah. It's probably have to be, yeah, I don't know. But I would just do some research on that to see what you find. But yeah, I mean, if there's a bunch together, you could probably put them together as a lot on eBay and see how that does. Always, if it's the same genre. I don't have experience selling those specifically as a lot, but basically almost any type of niche you could find. Let's see if I can find some other. Let's see. All right, here. So here's Beatles book lot, right? So I just put in Beatles book lot for the solds. A lot of 17 Beatles magazines. Okay. A lot of 6 movie mirror magazine with the Beatles. Classic rock 18. Oh, well, that's CDs. What am I doing? Beatles. Here's another one. The Beatles lot of original US 1960s books. The Beatles magazine. Look at this. I didn't know there was a Beatles monthly books. Okay. So look out for that. Apparently, if you get a bunch of those. Here you go. Here's 4 Beatles books that someone took an offer on. Oh, look at this. Paperback books. See, that's the thing, if they're a type of similar media. Fan magazines. So let's do, wait, what did I just, oh yeah, classic. Let's see if this makes sense. I don't know if this will make sense. Classic rock. No, circus. No. Well, here's Stairway to Heaven and 51 rock classics. Okay. Didn't sell for much money, but it did sell. Kiss. Yeah, I mean, here, let's try. Look at Kiss. Magazine and books. Kiss publications, comic books, tour magazines. Well, this book, look at this book. Paul Stanley signed for $86 plus shipping. Comic book lot. Let's try it. What'd you say? Guns N' Roses? Guns in. Let's put the in there. Guns N' Roses. These are magazines. Rock and roll biographies. Huh. Oh, there's not very many. That's not worth it. But Guns N' Roses. Here's, well, it's not very many. Magazines. Most of these are magazines. So it just depends on what you have. Oops. So let me share with you a couple of, these are the 3 items that I can sell individually that I got out of these 3 boxes of book donations. Here, let me do that real quick. So there's this one, Flowers of the Southwest Deserts. This is an older one from, I believe, 1965. And this is not going to go for very. Oh no, this is 1958. Huh. So this is actually older than the one that I saw that sold on eBay. So I don't know if that matters, but this is sold twice in the last. I don't know. Let me look on eBay. This is sold twice. It sold once in February for $8 and once last month in April for $7.98, free shipping. But the second one was 1965. But anyway, so it's not a lot of money, but it's something that I can make a little bit of money off of. And then these two that I have here and sell on Amazon. So there's this one. And let me see, did someone comment? Nintendo Power magazines. Cool. Look out for those. Okay, so this is Albert Camus, The Stranger, which is a great book I read a long time ago. But this is the copy that is the newer copy that is sold, that sells like crazy on Amazon, and that you can sell, especially during back to school. So right now it sells multiple copies a day, and it'll go up even more for back to school. And right now the lowest FBA offer is $8.99, so that's a $2.46 profit. So I would definitely send this in because this is a super quick seller. And you can list it for a little bit higher. I mean, that's the lowest price. So here's the thing. It goes from I'm going to show you my screen. You guys have probably seen this one before, a lot out there. So here's The Stranger. So now someone has it listed at $8.99, but then when you go up, it jumps up to $9.80, $9.99, $10, etc. So you can probably let's see if I can do better than that. Make like $3.50 on it or something. The Amazon is at $10.79, so you can probably sell it more for like closer to $10, $9.99, $9.80. Anyway, it's not a big profit item, but it's one that I pulled out of there that I'll definitely send in FBA once I get enough together. And then this one, when I saw it, if you saw this one, would you think it would be worth money? Secrets of the Gem Trade, the Connoisseur's Guide to Precious Gemstones. The second I saw it, I thought, this is worth money. And when you look it up, guess what? Nice, right? So there's 5 FBA offers, 29 merchant fulfilled, 14 sales. So let's look at Keepa and see where, okay, so in the last 3 months, it has sold, it has sold 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 times. So this is the last 3 months, 8 times in the last 3 months. It's definitely sold like 20, 25 times in the past year. So this is one that is definitely worth sending in. Currently, the FBA prices are at $28.88. There's 2 people that are battling at $28.88, and then it jumps up to $39.99. However, the merchant fulfilleds are at $15. So, but if you sell it for the 20, even the lower FBA, you can make about just under $17. So that was a nice find. That coupled with The Stranger is about $20 in profit, which is almost half of the amount of money I've spent for the whole 8 days of the ad that I've run. Yeah, definitely niche goodness for sure. I mean, if I was anywhere out there sourcing and I saw Secrets of the Gem Trade, I would yank that off the off the shelf or out of the box or off the floor or off the table, and I'd look it up because I would be certain that that would be worth some money. Interesting. Let's see if it's what it goes for on eBay, just for fun. Yeah, it goes for much less. Let's just look it up. Secrets of the Gem Trade. So the lowest price on eBay for that one, $13.51, $14.09, and then it starts to go up a little bit. And let's see how often it sells. So in the last 3 months, it's sold 4 times, but for much less. So what is that? 10, 13, 83, 19.99. A new copy sold for $62 on eBay. And then this one sold theirs for $27.99 there back in February. So it's tough though, because there's 16 copies currently up there, and it doesn't sell that often, so it makes more sense to sell it on Amazon. If it was selling a little bit more often on eBay and there were less copies, it might make sense to sell it on eBay if you could get some more money. But with that one, I'd much rather do Amazon. But this is the kind of thing that you look for, the niches. The riches are in the niches, right? What wise person said that? So, this is about specifically the gem trade, right? The Connoisseur's Guide to Precious Gemstones. So it's got lots of photos of them. Yeah. Anyway, if you could get together a lot of gem trade books, you could probably do really well on eBay. But how many of those books are you really going to be able to find out there in the wild? Would you match price in that scenario, or price high or lower? Good question. So the thing, okay, so there's two, here, did I put this up here? So here's the question, right? Would you match price in that scenario, or price higher or lower? So in this scenario, right, we can match price higher or undercut, right? As always. But in this scenario, there's a couple things that would prevent me in this scenario from pricing higher. Because like I said, there's 5 FBA offers, and 2 of them, a very good and a good copy, are at $28.88, and then it jumps up to a very good copy at $39.99, and then a good copy at $39.99, and then it jumps up even further to a very good copy of $44.44. So I'm always a fan of selling quicker in general, but also with this one, I would be more inclined to price it at the $28.88 because there's 2 offers there, and the chances of either of them going up is probably unlikely. And then also, when you look at the merchant fulfilled prices currently, look how many are priced at $15. And you keep scrolling, and then eventually you get to $20, that it jumps up to $20. But there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There's at least 7 merchant fulfilled offers priced at $15, which is half the price of the $28.88. A little. It's basically half. So for me, I'd probably sell it at $28.88 because there's already 5 FBA offers, and this sells about 25 or so copies a year, maybe a little more. So it's about 2 to 3 copies a month averaged out. So there's just not, there's too many copies. If there were like 8 merchant fulfilled copies, 2 FBA copies, and it was still selling at that pace, then I would probably price it higher. Even if there was one person that was lower, I might price it higher and just wait it out. But considering that there's so many offers, I would probably sell it at $28.88. But you know what? Somebody on here, or somebody who watches this later on, might say, no, I'm gonna wait it out and try to get $40 for it and make what would you make? Instead of making 16.90, you'd make like seven, um, 8 more bucks basically to wait longer. So the question is, do you want to wait and potentially months longer? I don't know if how soon mine will sell anyway, but do you want to potentially wait months or potentially sell it, quicker and make a little bit less money? So I'm going to go for the 28.88 because I'm going for a quicker sale. But to each their own. Everybody's got their own way of going about it for sure. But that's what I would do. So I was pretty happy with this that I found these 3 books in one book donation. The books, the 4 boxes from yesterday, I did not thoroughly go through. I looked at them, and there was actually a lot of kids' books in there, so that can be good or bad. I don't think any of those kids' books were worth any money individually, but again, I didn't thoroughly go through it, so I'll have to look and see, if any of those make any sense to sell individually on eBay, for instance. But usually the kids' books, if they're in good condition, I will just sell locally in my sale, unless there's a bunch that are in the same author, same series. Then I might put them together as a lot on eBay because kids' books do really well. Also, kids' books locally on Facebook Marketplace can do really well if they're niched together and priced at the right price. So yeah, I would say that would be my opinion anyway. So yeah, I'm excited to get into those other books, other book donations, and see what's in there. Yeah, so it's going well with regards to that. Today, I was going to talk about making money at thrift stores, but I'll just put that off till tomorrow, which is totally fine. I'm going to end up changing the title of this to this particular video to something else, because we ended up talking more about the listing on eBay and my Facebook ads, which is totally fine. I'm okay with that. I want this stream to be about us talking about different stuff, and if I launch into something and we talk about it the whole time, that's fine. If you guys ask a question that leads to something else, that's totally fine. So yeah, that's kind of how I feel about that whole thing. So tomorrow we'll probably, unless there's something else we start to talk about, probably talk about making money at thrift stores. Hopefully soon, things will start to open slowly but surely. I know here in Southern California, there are some businesses that are starting to open that are less, dangerous, like not restaurants necessarily, but I mean, restaurants are open for pickup and delivery, curbside pickup and that type of thing. But other types of retail spaces are slowly starting to open. Not a lot, but some. And it seemed like yesterday, we went to a couple different grocery stores and we're just out in the world, and it seemed like there were a little bit more people out, not necessarily like a ton, but not what it used to be, but there definitely seemed to be more people out. But anyway, I would recommend, guys, if you don't want to bother with spending money or figuring out how to do the whole paid ad thing, that you could definitely post some ads for free on Facebook in the marketplace, Facebook Marketplace, and on Craigslist and on some other places, local apps, maybe Nextdoor, saying that you pick up that you will take book donations and that type of thing, and see what happens. Because I'm finding that this is a great opportunity to kind of get in between book donors and places like thrift stores. And the other thing is, even when thrift stores reopen, a lot of them initially they might take everything, but in general, before, a lot of them were not taking books because they were getting too many book donations. So you can become that person for sure. And if you don't need a warehouse, you don't need an office, you don't need even a storage unit. You can do it from your house. But it might help if you have something, not necessarily a website, but a website could be an option. But Facebook is free, right? If you already have a Facebook account, you can just set up a Facebook page and just have that, and just start building up a following. But anyway, that's all up to you whether you want to do that. But it's a great opportunity, and I'm pretty excited about it and seeing what's going to happen with it. So I really appreciate you guys tuning in today. And I didn't have a chance to get any funny memes for today, but anyway, we'll maybe do that tomorrow. So it's 8 a.m. I need to go eat lunch, or sorry, lunch. Go eat breakfast. Getting ahead of myself, and yeah, we're gonna pick up the kids and whatnot. The kids are at grandparents' house. So anyway, I hope you guys have a great Sunday. I hope you guys are either able to, I don't know how you would source because there's nothing really open. But if you can't source, at least maybe able to list a few things, get some sales. And if not, take a day off, right? Plan out your week, see what you're going to do. Tomorrow, plan on talking about making more money at thrift stores and whatever else pops up. So tomorrow we'll be here at 7 a.m. on Flippin Live. And I look forward to seeing you guys then.
Flippin' live, flippin' live, flippin' live, flippin' live, flippin' live. We're gonna strive, we're here to learn and gonna earn. Flippin' live, flippin' live, flippin' live, we're flippin' live.
All right, guys, thank you so much for watching, participating this Sunday morning. I really do appreciate it. If you are a subscriber or not a subscriber, please hit subscribe if you're watching this in the future and you're new to the channel. I am doing this live stream every morning from 7 a.m. Pacific time to 8 a.m. for an hour. I'm going to do it as long as we're in quarantine. This is the 15th day. I started growing this beard on day 1, so this is how long that we've been doing it. And we're going to keep on doing it for as long as most of us are still quarantined. Talk about reselling, try to have some fun, and learn from each other, help each other out, and try to grow during this bizarre time when you can't just go down the street to the thrift store or go to the garage sale, whatever it may be. So we got to try to innovate and come up with new ways to be successful until things are back to normal. So thanks for tuning in, guys. I hope you have a great Sunday. I really appreciate it. Give it a thumbs up if you like the video, please, and keep booking. And stay safe, guys. Make sure and wash your hands. Stay safe. Stay away from people. And I'll see you tomorrow.